when he came off the field.
And which finger is it?
I'm not allowed to tell you. This is a family-operated show.
Aside from, having to take him out and that ending, was there anything in particular you liked, especially about the way that he pitched after he got into trouble?
Steve, that to me was the difference in the game. I think when runners on scoring position, he upped his game, and that's what the great ones do. You can watch them, they can coast along, and all of a sudden they get under pressure, and the stuff gets just a little bit better, and that's what I saw out of him today.
Christy?
What's your concern about the blister and him making a start on Saturday?
He'll make the start, Christy. It's not very big. It's just that it actually popped. He had it and it popped during the inning. So these guys, that's a very common thing these days. They'll dry it out in the next couple of days and he'll be ready for Saturday. Actually, he's going to pitch Sunday. We're going to bring Selman back on Saturday. Give him an extra day because of that.
Terry on the back.
Was he going to go past the sixth inning, or was he done after the sixth inning?
Well, he was not going to be done until he came off with the blister, and then we said that was going to be enough.
Bruce.
What'd you think of opening day in your ballpark?
Well, Bruce, we had a welcome back dinner last night, and I told the fans, if you want to be around some excitement, play in New York City. Play at Citi Field when you have a crowd like this. You cannot do anything but get excited. I mean, the noise, the energy. They're knowledgeable. They know the players. This is a great place and a great atmosphere today, and it's a great way to kick the season off.
Rich.
Terry, that big inning where you got 6 runs, obviously a lot of big at-bats in that inning, but Lucas's at-bat in which he drove the ball left center. You've always said that's how he got to the major leagues. Can you talk about his approach there?
Well, I think it's a big hit for Lucas, after missing all that time last year. But, Rich, you're absolutely right, and that's one of the things we saw in spring training about with that. Even though he was trying to protect himself from, some of the injuries that have been caused by his willingness to work like crazy, he went back to kind of just taking some short swings to the baseball. And, I saw this guy in the minor leagues just, do tremendous damage in left center field. And when he got here, that's what made him so successful. And obviously he's a home run hitter and a power hitter and, wants to pull the ball a little bit more so he can hit more home runs. But I just thought it was a huge hit for him.
Is it hard to do what Syndergaard did on opening day just because there's so much that goes into it? Pitchers tend to get overran for these kind of days, and he managed to keep himself.
Dave, I think you're absolutely right. And, you guys were all there on day one of spring training when he walked into camp and said he's going to throw harder this year than ever. And today you just saw he stays under control. He kept himself under control the whole game. Even when he got in trouble, you didn't see him panic. He still just made pitches. So this kid's a lot older than he pitches a lot older than he is. And I thought he handled it real well. I mean, this guy's pitched some big games for us in his short career, and, he shouldn't be too amped up. He should know how to get people out, and he does.
In the back, Joe.
The Flores play at the plate, it's kind of right in front of you. Did you think he had it beat right from the get-go?
I did not until, we called, and, we have a new rule. You got just a certain amount of time to decide, and I thought my 15 seconds was running out there, so I just said, I have nothing to lose. I'm going to take a shot at it, and then all of a sudden Dickie said, we think he's safe, so we gave it a look.
Tony?
Terry, this isn't the first time that Asdrubal has had a couple of big hits for you. What did you learn about him last year just in terms of his ability to do that in those spots?
Well, again, a guy who, even though he's a veteran guy, anybody that comes here for the first time, they want to do well because there is so much attention on the teams. And I just think he's about as calm as anybody you've ever been around. He doesn't get real excited when he doesn't, when he has a big game, and he doesn't get too down when he has a bad game. He just kind of moves along, and he knows what to do. He doesn't get – you watch him, he's the one guy who actually attacks the shift, trying to go the other way. He did it late in the game, even when we had the lead. He came up against Ramirez and tried to go the other way. And that's, he's going to get hits because of that. And he's going to say, look, I'm going to take what you give me. And I think that's what makes him, a real good player for us, and especially hitting in that 2-hole.
Mark?
Terry, it's just one game, but it's opening day. Got great pitching. The lineup depth came through. Do you think you're able to set the tone for what you hope to be able to do the whole year?
You know, Mark, you hope so. It's day one, but you know, we've got a long way to go. We're going to have a lot of nights where, you know, we're going to have to use a lot of guys and, you know, do what we did today, pinch run and pinch hit. And again, I think everybody has bought into the fact that when they're called upon to do something, you know, we need them to help. And we got some, you know, we just put some things, good at bats together and scored. So, but day one, you hope it sets a big tone, yes.
Laura?
Given that nasty hit that Wilmer Flores had last year at that play of the plate, is there any trepidation when you see him running around for third base?
I did say, oh, don't tell me we're going to go through this again. But he didn't head for a slide this time. That helped out.
Last one, Jerry.
Yeah, Terry, not to overdo the blister, thing, but is it sometimes something that requires you to be vigilant to make sure that it doesn't blossom into something bigger?
It does, Jerry. I mean, we have, we lost Seth Lugo today for a period of time. So we know that, how important it is to keep our pitchers healthy, and that's why actually Dan and I have been contemplating giving Noah the extra day this week. That settles it. We got to let that blister heal up, and so we're going to push him back a day. So it's, I think it's the right decision because, trepidations. We've got to stay healthy. We preached it and preached it and preached it, and now we got to act on it. Okay.
Terry, you just said Lugo.
I'm going to go now. Thank you.
Is there something on Lugo? You just said you just lost him a period of time.
He's going to miss some time with his elbow. So we got to make sure we keep these five guys healthy.
Anything? Can you say what it is? I mean, is it struck anything with
it's going to be a couple weeks for sure. So.